Steam Frame fans, we're getting so close to the release. We're now taking a look at the UI of the Steam Frame VR headset from Valve, if you didn't know who it was made by, and it looks really good. It looks so similar to the Steam Deck and the Steam Machine, just the Steam OS look, and I love it. I love it. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the videos from the Steam Frame UI, as well as the new Passthrough mode that has been leaked by a developer, and we're going to be taking a look at and talking about some of the new details in terms of how soon we might get the Steam Frame, because apparently they've received at least 15 shipments in the US of Steam Frame headsets that are sitting in US warehouses right now. So grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a drink, let's get into it. Please, okay? Help, subscribe, please like and subscribe, help me keep making tech content and game content, Steam Frame, Steam Machine, Steam Deck, and handheld gaming content. I would appreciate you forever. It means a lot. I know everyone asks, but if you could spare a second. But yeah, they've received they keep receiving these massive shipments, like £3,600 of VR headsets, which obviously it's been mirroring the prep for the Steam Machine and Steam Controller launches. You know, we started getting the manifests from these warehouses, Valve shipments from China, and these ones are specifically listed VR headsets. And I'm pretty sure they're not any other Valve VR headsets, they're the Steam Frame. They've even added a specific section on the Steam store called Great on Frame. The new Steam store section, it's basically a curated page of games certified to run well on the new Steam Frame. And it obviously right now includes a bunch of titles like Portal 2, Aperture, Hand Lab, The Lab, and others. Obviously, I'm sure Half-Life Alyx is on here somewhere, because I mean they've got to have Half-Life Alyx on their brand new VR headset. You would assume so, right? Virtual fighter maneuvers. This looks pretty interesting, doesn't it? Now, we're getting towards the end of July. So my initial estimates in terms of like a release date or like a pre-order date, right, would have been in July. We're getting towards the end of July. It might slip into the August range. We're expecting the base model to be $256, and we're expecting it to be anywhere from like $899 to $1199, and with the 1 terabyte option potentially being higher. Obviously the RAM crisis is still going on. SSDs are still expensive, so it's gonna be more pricey than Valve would have liked, that we would have liked, because remember they're packing in like 16 gigs of RAM in this headset, which, keep in mind, is like the same that's on the Steam Deck, and obviously the Steam Machine, the VR headset's going to have the same amount of RAM. So yeah, let's get into this UI first of all, right? Because it's exciting. Brad Lynch posted this a couple of days ago. He says, "Oh shit, OF. A huge new SteamVR Beta just dropped. In order to see the new UI, you must also opt in to the Steam Client Beta." So I've not tried this on my Quest 3 headset yet, but I'm wondering if, you know, is this the new look for SteamOS? I'm guessing it is, or SteamVR, sorry. This is the new look for SteamVR. So if you don't have a Steam Frame yet, and you maybe have a Quest 3 like I do lying around, mine's back there if you can see it, and a PSVR down there, you should be able to opt into this and get a little sneak peek, a little taste of what the new Steam Frame is going to look like. And obviously here is footage of a guy actually navigating the new Steam VR UI. It looks so clean, man. I mean, Steam VR's been looking dated for a long time, so getting something akin to the Steam Deck, Steam OS launcher in VR is just music to my ears. It's just beautiful. Music to my ears, music to my eyes, if that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. It's just good to see. I'm surprised you've not went like all in on some sort of like VR focused interface, really. They've kind of just made it like they've just slapped the SteamOS interface, the Steam Big Picture mode, into like a VR curved monitor that floats in the middle of space. I mean, were you expecting something a little bit more fancy? Let me know. Were you wanting something a little bit more than this? Or is that, you know, are you happy with this UI in a VR interface? I mean, it doesn't look bad by any means. I mean, they could have pushed the envelope a little bit, made it a little bit more bespoke, but this, if anything, this brings it in line with all their other hardware, right? So, you know, if you've had a Steam Deck, if you've got a Steam Machine, this interface is going to be instantly familiar to you. And you can obviously switch to your desktop there by clicking the bottom button. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is the best Steam VR has ever been on Linux. Thank you, Valve. Oh yeah, it's definitely Steam Frame time. Here it is running on SteamOS 3.9 in game mode, game scope session. Someone says, is desktop capture / input still broken? Yep, still busted, Jose says. They're finally fixing desktop preview and plasma wheeling that's been busted since Valve switched to the default desktop session from X11. Inputs on desktop still don't work, and it crashes as soon as I switch to another SteamVR tab, but this is a good step in the right direction. Here's a video, obviously. So here he is switching to the desktop. Pretty sweet. I really can't wait. I mean, I can't wait for the Steam Frame V2 with like a higher resolution OLED panel. I think, you know, pancake lenses are going to be amazing for this in terms of visual clarity and everything, and not having to, you know, not losing focus every time the headset slips around your face. But God, dude, did I want a higher resolution panel in this thing in an OLED? But obviously we're not going to get that in this first version, which is fine, but I'm still hyped for it. Rick says, so you can basically use this as a monitor. Curious how these work? What headset and software you use for VR? SteamVR. Let me know what your plans in the comments are for the new Steam Frame. Are any of you planning on rocking this as like a full-on your face monitor? Now, I've had a little bit of experience with that with the Quest 3 headset, and I'm not gonna lie, the Quest 3 is kind of heavy, right? You've got all that compute on the front of your face, you know, you get a little bit hot and sweaty. The resolution isn't as good as just staring at a monitor, right? I mean, it's not as good. You can do it. You can absolutely sit in a Quest 3 all day and do your work in VR if you wanted to. The resolution isn't going to be as good. You can obviously compensate that by making your monitor like 100 inches big. But you still feel sort of restricted, like you're inside this thing, and you know, you do want to obviously take it off at some point. Inside of all, here is the pass-through mode now. A Steam Frame update. Developers released footage of Steam Frame pass-through used in a game. This is what the pass-through is going to look like. I like how it's got that sort of blue, like the sort of blue tinge to it, which is pretty neat. You know, I've given Valve a little bit of flack in the past couple of Steam Frame videos because obviously I was really hoping for colored pass-through. Black and white pass-through to me just seems so dated. It's from like the early days of VR, low resolution, grainy, black and white pass-through. It's just a little bit underwhelming. Not that I minded. I always saw pass-through as just a way just to see around your environment. But after trying out the Quest 3's color pass-through and being able to have the luxury of like picking up your phone and looking at your notifications, perusing your phone, or just getting up to go grab something from the fridge, from the kitchen or something like that, and being able to see things, right? I mean, I was enjoying the Quest 3 when I first got it so much, like to the fact that I had it on the entire day. My wife was watching a film and TV in the living room. We were both sitting in the living room on the sofa. You know, she had a film or TV or YouTube playing, and I was casually just like enjoying the VR headset, doing the, you know, using my Mac to like stream the Mac to the VR headset, messing around with that, doing a little bit of VR, you know, installing apps and whatnot in VR, as I was like casually watching the TV, the real life TV that my wife was watching in VR with the color pass through. I just forgot that I was wearing the VR headset occasionally on a couple of occasions, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm watching an actual, like a TV. Yeah, the quality was pretty crap compared to your natural eyes, obviously. But I'd found myself like just doing things I would usually take my headset off to do if it was black and white pass-through. The color pass-through, you don't realize until you have it. It's actually pretty good. It makes a big difference in terms of not making you feel locked in and, you know, separate from your surroundings. And again, it's testament to how good it is, and the fact that I was able to like watch TV with my wife as I was messing around with like VR, augmented reality stuff. It was really cool. So yeah, I wish the Steam Frame had color pass through, but as people keep reminding me, hopefully somebody makes a third-party accessory to where you could slap on a camera on the Quest 3, the Steam Frame, and add that capability and potentially even go beyond what the Quest 3's color pass-through has and have it be like higher resolution. I mean, there's always that potential. The Steam Frame is super expandable, and I can only hope that they add that. For most people don't really care about color pass-through, but like I said, it's one of those things that if you've tried it and you've tried a little bit of augmented reality, like the game that this guy's playing here, you know, where he's moving around objects and stuff, having color pass-through is kind of neat as well, because you can you feel like you're not in VR, but you are in VR, or you are in augmented reality, and it's like a little taste into the future, and I really absolutely love it. So yeah, hopefully they add that at some point. That's only one of my only criticisms of the Steam Frame, really, is the lack of color pass-through and the fact that it's not obviously higher resolution and doesn't have OLED, but those are small potatoes. And if you're really into VR, which many of you are, then those are like small little nitpicky things. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Are you picking up a Steam frame? How do you feel about the price being potentially $900 to like $11.99 for this VR headset? It's a little bit pricey. It's a lot to invest in a VR headset. And what do you think of the new UI? Like, do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent towards it? Let me know in the comments. And hopefully we'll see that release date come up soon. I'd imagine it's going to be like an invitation-based system thing where, you know, you put your name down for it and then you've just got to wait and see if Valve are going to randomly pick you to go buy it. But yeah, look at that. Look at the depth. I love the depth over like the little menus there. That's really cool. Man, this thing's gonna be great. I really hope this thing really pops off, and I hope the developer community really comes out of the woodwork and like makes a bunch of cool, again, mixed reality experiences for this. And instead of just making VR apps, it's got so much potential. But yeah, I'm Blazed OK. Love you, appreciate you. Please consider spending a second before this video ends and clicking the like button and subscribing, because I can't wait to cover this more often. I can't wait to see the Steam frame get into people's hands, and hopefully it pushes the VR industry forward, because I love VR. It's gotten a lot of flack lately. It's, you know, not been selling as well. A lot of VR studios are being getting closed down. I really wanted to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in VR, but they cancelled it. Damn it, Meta. Hopefully this puts a flame under Meta's ass and gets Meta to make something better and develop, spend more money in VR. Anyways, love you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great weekend, guys. Peace out. I'm Blazed OK. Check out blazedok.com. Bye.
Let's go.